Hello again, Tracy here, and I want to do a quick update video. Today is my day 3, so it's the other side of the fasting day. It is my light day, and this is the last day before getting back into my regular eating. So I want to tell you what I'll be having and just show you real quick how I do my salad. So I'm going to be doing a romaine salad with bell pepper, cucumber, and all the things I'm going to make my dressing with. Okay, so first up is the lettuce. Well, this is romaine lettuce. And basically, because we got some stuff going on in the environment right now, we got some illnesses going around, I like to use a vegetable wash. And this is my vegetable wash. I got this from Dollar Tree. And also, I'm going to do vinegar. So I'm going to put that vegetable wash in this big bowl here and add some vinegar to it. So basically, I have some lettuce I've already kind of used up here. I'm also going to grab this new head of romaine lettuce. I usually take off the outside leaves because they're kind of gross. And look, see, there's like a bug there. You know what I mean? So they're kind of gross on the outer edges. But like I said, we're washing these anyway. I'm going to just go wash that off real quick. All right. Now we're going to break off what I want. That's a good amount. I'm going to save the rest of this for later. Oh, quick tip. For romaine lettuce, I like to put this in the refrigerator in a plastic bag like this. In a Ziploc bag, and add some water to the bottom, and it keeps it fresher way longer. We're talking like 2 weeks, and it's nice and crispy, just like you see here. Okay, so then I'm going to add my bell pepper, and so we're just going to cut up this bell pepper. I'm going to cut like the large pieces just to get them clean. So I'm going to add them here. Then I have my cucumber. Do the same thing. Then, and I'm going to add it here. All right, put these away. All right, so what I do here is I'll add my vegetable wash first, and then I'll turn this on. And while that's turned on, I'm going to add a little bit of vinegar. And now this is just what I do for now. This is the easiest thing I do to kind of help this process right now. Vinegar and then the wash is good because it's all natural. It's plant-based. And it gets rid of like soil, chemicals, and wax. And I'm not even going to try to pronounce the issue, the parasite that's going on right now. But anyways, this is what I do. And all right, so I'm going to use my strainer here and put. Honestly, no. I'm gonna wash this off over to the side and put it on my plate to cut up. And mind you, I'm getting ready to go to work, so this is something that you can do really quickly in the morning. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab all my lettuce and put in the strainer. I definitely want to come up here and give you guys a quick update before I went to work. Just kind of show you what I do real quick. Get all that soap off of there. All right, good to go. just gonna leave that there. Okay. All right, now that that is done, you see I got my nice clean lettuce here, and got my other vegetables here. I'm going to cut these up, and I'm going to add them to my lettuce, and then I'm going to start on my dressing. All right, now here's all the vegetables cut up. I'm going to add guacamole. I'm going to add guacamole and hummus. And on top of the hummus, I'm going to add what you see here: pumpkin seeds, hemp hearts, and ground flax seeds. And after I do that, I'll put a little bit of, I think I'll do a little bit of coconut aminos. Let's see, chili oil, and then my spices, and I'm done with that. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna add a little bit of flaxseed. All right. So the reason why I'm doing all of these things, flaxseed is great for fiber, and it also has, I think it has fiber and protein. Hemp seeds, great for protein. Honestly, all these have fiber in them as well, but hemp seed is the star for the protein. Same thing for the pumpkin seeds, and the sprouted pumpkin seeds actually has a higher level of minerals than the regular. All right, so there's those. I'm gonna go ahead and put those back real quick. Go ahead and get these cleaned up real quick, and I'll be right back. Oh. Another thing I'm gonna have is some grapes. I put these in my little bag here. All right, these are already washed off. I'm just gonna add them to my bag. Okay, now over to the spices. We're going to add, I'm not even gonna bother with that. We're gonna add roasted garlic. You've seen this one before. Like I said, I use it on everything. I'm gonna add my coconut aminos. Oh yeah. And I'm going to add my apple cider vinegar. Just a splash. That gets everything kind of moved around, incorporated. And let's see, what else? I'll add a little bit of salt and Italian seasoning. Wrong side. All right, and that is it. That is going to be my salad for today. See, I'm going to get that all pushed down in there, and that'll be my salad for lunch. And hello again. So I finished work. This is at the end of the day, and this is at the end of my day 3 light eating day. So after today, I'll be eating normally. But I just want to come over here and kind of give you a recap of the 3 days. And I know that I showed you the salad that I had earlier this morning, and miso soup again for dinner. And then, like I said, tomorrow I'll be going back to normal. But as a recap, I just want to give you guys some information again of why you would want to fast and what is actually good for. So personally, I actually began this whole process because I was dealing with endometriosis. Really, um, I'm not going to say a bad case, but it was extensive. And I learned that after my hysterectomy that I was like, wow, this is actually, my doctor said it was a lot more extensive than I thought it was because I had been, managing it so well. But I honestly feel like the extended fasting is how I was managing it so well. So that's actually why I got started doing the fasting. So essentially, Um, my whole goal with fasting was autophagy and healing my gut. So I understand that with extended fasting, you're obviously giving your gut a break, which was a big thing for me because because with endometriosis, if you don't already know, um, it causes a lot of inflammation, like, and essentially after I was eating, before I started doing the fasting and, you know, before I kind of started to change things up a bit, I was having a lot of bloating after eating. And it was so bad that I was doing the elimination diet and I was doing gluten free, I was doing everything. And sometimes it would work, sometimes it wouldn't. And that would drive me crazy. So essentially what I understood is that I needed to heal my gut. And this was a great way to start doing that. So that's where it began. But then I realized, the autophagy is going to help to eliminate and reduce the endometrial cells, which was obviously causing the issues to begin with. So that's essentially why I started. But some of the other benefits are here on my board, which I'm going to read out. So, obviously, one of the main benefits is visceral fat loss. So, and yes, I did notice that as well. Like, I had a lot of tummy, like, visceral fat around the tummy area, which was really annoying. And I was exercising and I was doing all the things, and it was hanging on for dear life. But once I started doing the extended fasting, it just melted off. And like I said, I do it once a month, and everything was just kind of coming together really nicely. So another big reason is for deep cellular cleanup, which is where autophagy comes into play. Then you have systemic. It reduces systemic inflammation. Well, I'm not really sure like all the details surrounding that, but I do know that it helps your immune system, and the immune system is helping your body to lower inflammation. And I'm sure that there's a lot more to that. And like I said, go ahead and do your own research, but this is just preliminary information so that you can, see if this is something that you're interested in doing for yourself. Okay, so the next one is improved insulin sensitivity. And of course, because your insulin drops whenever you're not eating, your body is become more sensitive because it's not having that up and down, up and down, up and down when you're eating a lot. And that helps lower type 2 diabetes. And obviously the last point that I wrote down was it's healing for your gut. Um, and like I said, just giving your body a break from eating for a while helps to heal the gut lining. And the gut lining, I think, is the cause to a lot of issues. In fact, the gut lining being permeable is where you get leaky gut, and leaky gut causes systemic inflammation. And that is where all of this is just like a whole cycle. So you need to heal the gut honestly first. Whenever you're dealing with, I feel like a lot of health issues actually starts with systemic inflammation, and inflammation really, I think, starts with your gut. So it just depends on how you're feeding yourself, what's going in, paying a lot of attention to your body and how you are doing. So yeah, that is going to wrap things up for this video. I hope you got some good information. I hope that you might, be interested in giving fasting a try. Like I said, don't jump into it if you do decide to try fasting, but, do your research, check with your doctor if you are on medications or if you have a history of issues per in your personal life or even in your family. Check, man, wouldn't hurt to check with your doctor to make sure that it's okay for you. But either way, just listen to your body, and you'll know what to do. You'll know what's right for you. But All right, well, I guess that's it for this video, and I hope you all have a good rest of your day, night, or whatever time you happen to watch this video. And have a good one. Bye.